Hey, American Contractors, viewers of the American Contractor Show. I'm here with John Dye at Win the Storm, and I have to tell you, anyone that is associated with American Contractor Show, you are a badass.
Big shout out to American Contractor Show. If you don't know, you definitely need to check out the Storm Summit. They're doing it in excellence. Check them out.
Hey, what's up? This is your friend, Francisco Serrano. If you haven't checked it out, American Contractor Show, YouTube channel, Facebook channel, Twitter, Instagram, all the platforms, you need to go them, like them, start learning about your craft.
Hey, I'm Matt Danskin with Restoration Referral System. Check out the American Contractor Show. The truck that they've got is awesome. Everything else that they have going on.
This is Larry Bache with the Merlin Law Group, helping policyholders for more than 30 years. If you have a claim or your client has a claim that needs help, please feel free to call the Merlin Law Group because we are the true policyholder advocate.
C3 was eager to help us, and even whenever we weren't giving them work, they were still eager to give advice. The things that they were putting out for the changing from DMO to RFG and giving that to the industry and not charging anything for it, I thought was really cool. And that's stuff that I, as a contractor, appreciate. I'd recommend C3 to any contractor that's looking for a PA, especially if you're around Colorado. Great guys, man. I'm nothing but happy with the work they've done for us.
Hello.
There we go.
Frank broke it, but he fixed it. Yay. Okay, let's get on going. My name is Meteorologist. I can't even say my thing. I am a meteorologist, Heather Kay, and it's Thursday. Yes, let's talk about the... That's me. Okay, let's get right into the weather headlines before I go even more natural butters. Okay, so it's going to be another quiet day today. It's going to continue into the next day or two. But as we get into this weekend, there may be a very slight, very marginal chance of severe weather on Sunday. We'll talk about that. And then we'll get into the roofing forecast for a few of our major cities. So hello?
Let's go.
What?
You're good.
Well, maybe we should put the producer mic on just in case if it does it again. And if it does it again, we may just do a new one. But anyway, so like I was just saying, we do have a few events coming up. The first one is this Saturday down in Norman. It is the OU Iowa State tailgate. The tailgate itself begins at 9 and the game will be at 11. If you haven't gone to any of these, they're a lot of fun. We have free food, free beer, and we'll have the game playing as well. So make sure you come on down for that. And then next Saturday is the Bedlam tailgate in Stillwater. So we'll be out there, and the tailgate begins at 4 and the game will be at 6:30. So make sure you come on out and support your favorite team, Boomer Sooners. So lastly, we have the Job Nimbus Solutions Summit, which is going to be down in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico from December 6th to the 9th. This is basically Job Nimbus, and a few speakers will be there talking about how to use this product the most efficient ways. So make sure you come on down for that. And we are officially 1 week away from Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys are all excited. I know last year is a bit different. Hopefully this year it will be a little bit better for all of us to get together in person, whether it's with friends or family or maybe a bit of both. So yeah, 1 week away. It's a week from today. Yeah, today's Thursday. So let's take a look at our current conditions across the United States. High pressure is in control in the middle of the U.S. We do have that storm system that is bringing some snow showers across the Great Lakes region. Cold front ahead of the low pressure bringing some showers, maybe a rumble thunder from basically the northeast all the way down to the southeast. There's a bit of a mixture precipitation making its way out into Canada. And other than that, we do have another system that is bringing some precipitation across the northwest. Let's zoom into the northeast just for a second. Low pressure in Canada, some showers and maybe a storm or two. Nothing severe though, from basically this Quebec down to Ottawa, down into the U.S. from New York southward. And on the cold side of the system, you can see some snow showers are falling from Minneapolis down to just northwest of Chicago and into Michigan, and moving on down south here with the warmer part of this system. Some thunderstorms could fire along that cold front this afternoon, but nothing severe is expected. And then moving on to the northwest, here is another low pressure bringing in that moisture into Washington, Oregon, and into parts of Idaho. So taking a look at our current conditions across the United States, very cold in the northern part of the U.S., only 31 in Minneapolis, 40 in Fort Wayne, lower 40s as we get into the Rockies, and only 34 in Twin Falls, Idaho. And then you can see as you get ahead of that cold front, a bit warmer as you get east of there, 66 in New York, 72 in Atlanta, and a nice toasty 79 down in Miami. So as we get out throughout the day today, expect those temperatures to drop as that cold front continues to move on to the east. And then with our dew points, very dry, only teens for our dew points here in Minneapolis, down to Chicago and St. Louis. Even drier though as you get up into Wyoming, only a 4-degree dew point here in Casper and an 8-degree dew point here in Denver. There is some moisture along and ahead of that cold front, but it's not very impressive. Hence, that's one of the reasons why we're not going to be seeing any severe weather today. There's just not that abundant moisture that we need. However, the exception is down in Miami with a 72-degree dew point with that, those tropical conditions that they always have down there. And taking a look at our watches and the warnings and advisories, we do have some activity to talk about. We saw that snow in the current radar, and there are some winter weather advisories out for parts of eastern Washington into very far northern Idaho. We also have some red flag warnings out for parts of Wyoming down into Colorado. Some high wind warnings and advisories are out as well. And then as we get down into Texas and into very far southeastern parts of Oklahoma and southwestern parts of Arkansas, northwestern Louisiana, this is a freeze warning. This is going to be in effect until tomorrow morning. And then getting out into the northeast, into the Great Lakes region, that low pressure is spawning some winter weather advisories for some snow. And then we do have some more winter weather advisories out for the areas along basically Lake Erie and into parts of New York. This is all going to be lake effect. You can see a few inches with that. So make sure if you're living along the lakes here that you take some extra caution. It's that time of the year for those lake effect machines to be turning on. So we're not expecting anything in terms of severe weather today, so no severe hail or wind is expected. We just don't have those ingredients coming together. And as we get into tomorrow, same deal. That one system that is in the east will be moving off the coast, and there's really nothing in terms of systems to talk about for tomorrow. But as we get into the next few days, there is the chance for some marginally severe weather, possibly. We're still 3 days out, so a lot can change. It doesn't look very impressive, but this is the very upper levels of the atmosphere. This is basically the trough that's bringing all of that snow and all the cold weather across the northern part of the United States. That's going to continue to move on to the east. As we get into tomorrow, that cold front will be moving offshore, and it'll continue to stay a bit chilly here in the northern part of the United States. And then as we get into Saturday, not a whole lot in terms of energy, but as we get into Sunday, you can see that a new trough will continue to deepen, it'll enter from the west and then move on to the east. So there could be a little bit of a chance for some very marginally severe weather. It's going to be very, it's, like I said, 3 days out. Doesn't look very impressive. It may turn into, just general thunderstorms, but it's something to keep an eye on. And then as we get into the beginning of our work week next week, that system will move on to the east. So if it's not going to be storming, it's definitely going to be windy. You can see these brighter colors here indicate stronger winds aloft. So yeah, it's that time of the year, right? And then moving down just a little bit, here's our main jet stream. Very cold weather, as we saw earlier in the forecast. Will be dominating as we get into the next few days. That cold air will move on to the east just a little bit. Still going to be chilly though in the northern half of the U.S. And then as we get into the beginning of the weekend, it's going to be quiet. But as we get into Sunday, you can see that next trough coming on down and bringing that cold air with it. And again, a very marginal chance of severe weather here in the south, so we'll keep an eye on that. So what does that mean at the surface? So here's the cold front that is moving across the U.S. right now. The low pressures in Canada, snow's wrapping around this low pressure, as well as that cold air coming down south into the United States. As we get into tomorrow, that system will move off the coast. High pressure will be in control, and it'll still be a bit chilly, and there'll be another system in the northwest, but that's not the one that we're going to be focusing on. The next one is actually going to form here in Canada, as well as a low pressure here in the southern plains, and it's basically all going to come together and make a bit of a mess as we get into the end of our weekend, into the beginning of next week. So this is the system that we need to watch for severe weather on Sunday. Otherwise, it's just going to be a lot of precipitation in the form of rain ahead of that cold front south of the warm front here. And as we get into the colder part of this system, you can see more snow and cold air will be wrapping around it. And as we get into Monday, a big mess in the northeast. So make sure you plan ahead, especially with that morning commute. And as we get into the rest of that day on Monday, high pressure will take control behind this system, and more cold air will be coming down from Canada. So in terms of our dew points, again, not very impressive. It's something to watch as we get into the next few days. But for now, it's going to be dry as we get into today and into tomorrow, as well as into Saturday. But you can see even Saturday afternoon that we're starting to see a bit of a return with that moisture coming up from the Gulf of Mexico. And then as we get into Sunday, a bit more moisture is going to come up. We'll see if that's enough to be sufficient for at least marginally severe weather. And then as we get into Monday, that system will move on to the east. And lastly, here is our Cape. Again, not very impressive. Not a whole lot of instability today or tomorrow or even into Saturday. But then as we go forward here and get into that Saturday, and as we get into Sunday, you can see that we still will have a little bit of instability present. Definitely not as impressive as we saw yesterday, but it's still there. So, the pattern is still there, so we need to watch that. And then as we get into Monday, that disappears. So again, it's a very marginal chance. We're still a few days out. This this could completely disappear. So it's something. It's November. We'll take anything. So lastly, let's take a look at a few of our major cities. First is Denver. It's a bit warmer. We saw temperatures in the 30s yesterday, so this is a bit better. Temperatures will be at about 52 at 3 p.m. and then we'll start to cool off as we get into the evening. And down in Dallas, as we get this loaded here, another nice day. Comfortable temperatures up into the lower 60s as we get to 3 p.m. And lastly, here in Oklahoma City, I know we woke up to some pretty chilly temperatures, but we'll warm up a bit to about 56 at 3 p.m. and clear out as we get into later in the evening and the overnight hours. So overall, pretty nice for these three major cities. We're not dealing with those winds like we saw yesterday. So that's a bit of an improvement. So that's all I have for you today. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. If you have any questions or concerns or you just want to say hi, you can give us a call at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hilltrace.com and check out our website at www.hilltrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday.